I believe that Fantom DeFi projects are severely undervalued right now. If you watch my DeFi Llama video, you'll see exactly why I believe this and see that all of this money is flowing into Fantom DeFi, but it's not necessarily correlating with the price or growth of these specific projects. In this video, I'm going to give you guys my 6 favorite Fantom DeFi projects, and I'm going to go over why I think each of them will do exceptionally well over the next few years. Now let's get into it. Before I jump into these projects, I want to explain to you guys a little bit as to why I am so bullish on Fantom DeFi projects in general. DeFi Llama is able to track all of the total value being locked in each DeFi ecosystem. So basically, it's just tracking where the money is moving. And if you look at this chart, guys, Ethereum had an extreme dominance of over 95% for a long time. And then over time, its dominance has gotten lower, and Fantom has been climbing up on the ranking system of this constantly. I mean, over here on June 24th, Fantom only had 0.17%. And as we go on and as we go on and as we go on, we're now looking at a Fantom that has 4.13%. So it's climbed and beat out a lot of these other blockchains. The really cool thing about DeFi Llama is that it actually shows you the market cap of all of these projects compared to the total value locked in that ecosystem, right? And if you look here, guys, the ratio for Fantom is only 0.56. It is the lowest out of every single blockchain on here. I mean, it's just insane. Look at this. I mean, Tron 1.5, Polygon 2, Solana 4. We have 1.87 for AVAX, which a lot of people are comparing Fantom to AVAX. Terra Luna, we have 1.48. BSC, we have 4.4. I could go on and on about this list. I have a whole entire video about it. But the truth of the matter is, guys, is that there is a lot of money flowing into Fantom, and it isn't necessarily correlating with the price of these different projects. And that's why I personally believe getting into these projects now is going to be an amazing investment for the future. When you look at the actual projects on the ecosystem, you'll notice that a lot of them are multi-chain stuff. Not too many of them are specific to Fantom. So when I was picking these projects, I didn't want to, make a review about something like multi-chain where you have 15 different, chains on there and it's just like an aggregator, right? I wanted to go over some projects that are more specific to Fantom. I also didn't want to go way down this list and start bringing up a lot of these projects down here. The key is to get into Fantom DeFi in general and get into some of those really great projects. I'm not trying to look for a 1000x opportunity going all the way down this list where it might succeed or it might not, right? It's a much safer option to get something a lot more established and just capitalize on the overall movement when it comes to people getting into these projects rather than trying to get, this lucky one that's all the way down the list. The first project on the list is none other than SpookySwap, and this is kind of a no-brainer for me. It has the second largest amount of TVL out of any project on the Fantom ecosystem, the first one being multi-chain, right? Now, SpookySwap has a 182 million market cap, and it's a simple DEX, right? It looks clean. You're able to do a lot of different swaps, provide liquidity. You can farm with it. This 60% Fantom Boo APR is actually very attractive. You can also stake your Boo tokens and earn XBoo and get a 34% APR. It has a bridge system built into it, so people can get over to this ecosystem a lot more easily. And they also had released an NFT collection called Magic Cats. There were 5,000 of these cats, and there are going to be different utilities that come with these cats in the near future. I wanted to show you guys the chart comparison between Fantom, which is this top line, and SpookySwap or Boo tokens, which is this bottom line. The amazing thing about investing in a major DEX such as SpookySwap is that it's going to mirror, or for the most part mirror, its main blockchain, which is Fantom. So whenever Fantom goes up, Boo goes up. Whenever Boo goes down, Fantom has been going down, right? So it is literally a mirror copy, which is why I personally love this 60% APR, because they're always going to go hand in hand and you're not going to experience a lot of impermanent loss where you're going to with a lot of other pairs. The whole bet with SpookySwap is that if Fantom goes up a lot, SpookySwap is going to go up a lot. So not only can you capitalize on SpookySwap going up and Fantom going up, but you can get that 60% APR in the meantime, and you can also reinvest those rewards or at least stake your Boo tokens for even more gains. I personally think that Fantom is going to go stupid. I think it deserves to be a top 20 coin. I've been in Fantom since 19 cents literally, and I've been holding for a very long time. I think Fantom is going to have insane gains, and SpookySwap is a very great pair to go with that because you know it's going to track the value pretty much the same. And you know that this is a DEX that's not going to go away because it's absolutely necessary when it comes to making all of these transactions as well as bridging money over from other blockchains. The next project on this list is Yearn Finance. Yearn Finance is basically an aggregator where you're able to deposit different coins that are on the Fantom ecosystem, and they're going to do all the work and trying to figure out the best ways to put it in farms and different things like that, and they're going to give you a very high APR. So for example, you're able to get 28.5% just off of Boo tokens that you're able to acquire, right? So instead of maybe staking your Boo tokens and getting 33% paid to you in XBoo, maybe you take those tokens and you put it in Yearn Finance. But the awesome thing is because there's so much demand and not enough liquidity when it comes to these Fantom projects, you're actually able to get very high APRs with very low risk. For example, you can do USDT or DAI tokens and get 10.5% passively, which is honestly pretty insane. If you compare that to Ethereum, for example, and we're just going to switch this network over, if you were to do something like USDT or DAI, you're only getting about 3.4%. So I really love how Yearn Finance is giving people very high APRs for this sort of thing, and it's causing a lot more people to get into this ecosystem. I mean, I can't believe that there's $116 million getting USDT at 2.86% when you can literally get 10.5% simply from being on the Fantom network. This just proves to me that a lot of people don't know about Fantom yet, and that's just another reason I think Fantom is going to explode. These APRs are absolutely insane, and if you talk to anyone that is used to farming or yield farming or doing these different aggregators, they'll tell you that Fantom is the most profitable ecosystem and blockchain to do that in. You can buy this token on their site. It's about $24,375 a token as I make this video. They don't have a large circulating supply, so that's why the price is so high here. The market cap is really 900 million, which is a decent amount for this project. Yearn Finance is great for getting new investors that don't know how to do a bunch of this other stuff, right? Or how to go on all these other blockchains. Like Yearn Finance is great for this stuff, and I think that we could see Yearn Finance go up a decent amount over time just because once again, we're going to have a bunch of new people get into this, and they're going to gravitate towards something like this where it's a lot easier and they don't have to do as much work. The cool thing is you don't even have to capitalize on Yearn Finance by necessarily buying their token. You can just use their platform and get those super high APRs on the Fantom network. The next project on our list is called Geist Finance. Now, there are two different finance projects or large ones on the Fantom ecosystem. We have Geist and we also have Scream. They're both very similar when it comes to their market cap as well as their TVL. I personally like Geist a lot because you just have so much TVL going into this project and just so much volume, yet the market cap is only 55.5 million. And on Geist's platform, you can deposit Ethereum, Chainlink, Wrapped Bitcoin, Meme, USDT, DAI, Fantom, all of these different things, and you can also borrow it as well. So it's a really cool platform to be able to deposit stuff and get interest rates from people that are borrowing, but it's also cool that you're able to borrow money as well and leverage it in different ways. There's always a major finance or loaning, borrowing protocol that blows up on every single blockchain. We have Aave, for example, for Ethereum, that's worth like 2.5 billion, I believe. I think it's a top 50 coin as I make this recording. So we can expect that if Fantom blows up, that we are going to have at least one big winner when it comes to this sort of thing. But I think Geist could potentially outbeat Scream and get more TVL and take their spot. Who knows though? This is just a preference thing. Investing in either of them, I think, is a pretty good play. The fourth project today is none other than SpiritSwap. So SpiritSwap is the second largest DEX on the Fantom ecosystem, just behind SpookySwap. And this is actually the project I am most bullish on. SpiritSwap has a ton of utility and is just constantly adding stuff and changing the game. And I personally think that this is my favorite DEX out of the whole entire ecosystem of Fantom. They have an amazing homepage where they give you all of the information. Right now, the market cap is 39 million, which is way, way, way lower than what SpookySwap is. They have a portfolio button so you can check all of your different rewards. They have great farms with great APRs. What's cool is they even have this in-spirit token, which allows people to stake it and actually increase the APRs on different farms, as well as other governance rights. The other great thing with SpiritSwap is that they actually have that lending and borrowing protocol very similar to Geist. So you can either supply the market or borrow from the market, depending on what you want to do. They even have bonds with Olympus, and they also have that governance that I was telling you about, where holders can make different decisions and talk about different things. This DEX literally has it all. They're constantly adding things. Their team is great. Their marketing is great. And I think this token is going to go up a lot in price. I mean, just look here, guys. It was only 8 cents back in December, and it had gone on a crazy run all the way to 60 cents. Like, let me pull this back. It had gone all the way up to 60 cents. This is another thing that I caught extremely early. I think I like 5 or 6 times my money on SpiritSwap alone, and I absolutely love this coin. One of the things I'll do is I'll compare the price of SpiritSwap to SpookySwap and Fantom. And if I notice that SpookySwap has been going up a lot more, and if I notice Fantom has been going up a lot more, and SpiritSwap is kind of lagging behind, that's a time when I buy more SpiritSwap tokens. And the opposite is also true. If SpiritSwap is going on a crazy run and SpookySwap is lagging behind, or Fantom is lagging behind, that either means that I need to take profit on my SpiritSwap, or that means I need to take some of the profit from SpiritSwap and move it over to SpookySwap. I've done this so many times, and it's honestly been how I made the most money in crypto so far, literally just playing with those 3 coins. Right now, we are way lower than what we've ever been for SpiritSwap, and I know we constantly have farming emissions coming in each month, which kind of hurts the price movement, but I think that SpiritSwap is going to have an absolute run once Fantom starts moving like I think it will. The next project we're talking about is none other than PaintSwap. So this is another situation where if you've watched some of my other videos, you'll know that I'm extremely, like unbelievably bullish on NFTs that aren't on Ethereum. If you looked at that DeFi Llama chart I was showing you earlier, Ethereum used to have about 95 to 97% of the overall DeFi market. And now it's like 60%, right? So what do you think Ethereum is right now for NFTs? Well, if you've watched some of my videos, you'll know that it's 97%. So what I think is going to happen is I think a lot of money is going to start going into NFTs that are in other blockchains, and that's what I'm heavily investing in right now, and that's what I think is the biggest opportunity. Fantom is no exception. Velis, Cardano, Solana, none of these are exceptions. They are all going to blow up, in my opinion, this year as people get priced out of Ethereum. That being said, the biggest marketplace that I've been able to find on Fantom is none other than this PaintSwap. You're able to buy all these different NFTs that are on the Fantom ecosystem on PaintSwap. They even have these cats, which are the SpookySwap cats. I can't imagine the price of this coin not going up as more people get into this marketplace and start getting into these NFTs and start getting away from Ethereum NFTs that just cost a ridiculous amount of money on gas fees and doesn't even confirm that you get the NFT, and you can still lose money out on the gas fees, right? So I think any sort of NFT marketplace is really going to blow up on these other blockchains, and PaintSwap is probably going to be the #1 pick as far as Fantom marketplace NFTs go. As far as price goes, it's sitting at about 14 cents, 15 cents right now with only a 21 million market cap. So that's an extremely small market cap, especially if you're talking about potentially being the largest marketplace on the Fantom ecosystem, especially if Fantom NFTs explode like I think they will. If you look over here, guys, it's actually doing pretty well when compared to the rest of the market. It's actually been holding its price fairly well, because most of the market went down over the past several months, as many of you guys know. So the fact that it's close to its all-time high is actually very bullish to me. The last project on our list today is Beefy Finance. Now, I know Beefy Finance has a ton of different chains, right? And I didn't really want to go over these sort of projects, but I know that Fantom was one of their first chains, and I know that their rates in their vaults are absolutely insane on Beefy Finance. Like, for example, you can do this spirit to spirit and get 184%. There's literally Fantom 47%. I mean, this is like such an awesome site. I think that a lot of money is going to flow into here just because they do a very great job at being an aggregator and really, giving very attractive APRs to these different pairs. It's very similar to Yearn Finance, but the great thing about this is that the market cap for Beefy Finance is a lot lower than Yearn Finance. Beefy Finance literally has over $523 million of TVL, and they're constantly doing a buyback and burn every single day, and they increase this amount. So it's about $42,500 per day right now that they're simply burning for their token, which is obviously going to increase the price of their token. Now, if you look at Beefy Finance, the market cap is only that 156 million number, which is very small when compared to the overall amount of TVL going into this project. It's a lot different than Yearn Finance. Yearn Finance has a 900 million market cap, and right now Beefy Finance, that has way more chains rather than just two, is sitting at a 156 million market cap. I really like this coin. I like the team. I like their tokenomics, and over the past several months, you've actually seen it do very well just because you do have such a high influx of liquidity and value going into this Fantom ecosystem. I'm bullish on this project. I like what they're doing, and I think a lot more people are going to get into this simply because those APRs and those APYs are so great. I was even looking at the 1-year chart here, and it has been honestly steadily going up, even though the whole market for the most part, especially over the past couple months, has been in this downward trend. I mean, if you look at the past couple months, this was probably outperforming most of the market that was going down during this time period. It's pretty cool. On their website, they also have the stats page that kind of shows you just how much TVL and their current market cap. It looks like the market cap is actually about 10 million higher, which, or 8 million higher, which isn't that big of a deal. But if you see here, guys, you can see where all this money is coming in. You have a lot of people doing the Tomb, Fantom, LP, you have the Beefy Maxi, you have ETH, a lot of people just simply putting ETH. Literally the big thing I want to stress in this video is just how much money you can make with yield farming on Fantom. There's just so many different aggregators and websites that really help you make a ton of money in this, and there are a lot of strategies that I've seen online that just give you insane APRs on a day-to-day basis. I mean, holy crap, guys, you can get 111% APY right now with the Tomb Fantom pair. This is just insane. If you know a lot about farming, this is insane numbers for it to be as stable as a price as it is. You are getting these Beefy tokens as a result for doing these farmings, and what's crazy is these tokens have been going up like crazy. So you're not only just getting these high APYs, but you're also getting a token that's has been steadily increasing in price, when most of the time if you're doing an APY or APR this high, it does the opposite. A lot of times that token goes down over time. So they've just done an incredible job with their tokenomics, and I can expect this coin to continue to go up. In this video, I could have gone over a lot of different projects and talked about these different games like Hyper Jump and these different low cap gems in a sense. But the thing is, guys, is we need to find something established, and we need to get into some of these bigger projects. It doesn't really make sense to get into some of these super low cap projects that could potentially just hit the fan and not do well at all. It's much better to just realize this overall movement. We know that Fantom is probably undervalued, and that's going to go up a lot. We know a lot of money is entering this space. We know that hasn't necessarily meant an increase in price for these projects, which is just insane when compared to every single other blockchain. So it makes a lot more sense in this situation to get into some of these bigger projects, or to get in these projects that a lot of people use, because those are the projects that are more consistently going to go up when Fantom goes up. The whole reason that we want to get into these other projects as well is not only to get those crazy farming rewards, but also we can make more money than Fantom in a lot of these different situations. Fantom is billions of dollars of a market cap. For you to double Fantom, which I think is a 5 or 6 billion market cap right now, you would need another $5 to $6 billion. But what's crazy about some of these projects I showed you, SpiritSwap is only 40 million. So to double SpiritSwap, you only need another $40 million, or even SpookySwap, which was 180 million or something. It is a lot easier for these different DeFi projects to move, and that's why I like to invest in them a lot, as well as holding my Fantom. That pretty much sums up this video though today, guys. If you learned something or enjoyed the content, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope everyone here has an awesome day.